the Braves, and a save there, and they score! So here's Lassen with a shot, and he scores! He drives it in, walking in, he shoots and scores! Mustangs draw first blood. Teresi gets a shot and scores! 4-4. Lachlan going to the net, shoots, and he scores! And then towards Cox. Cox gets a shot away, Davis makes the save. No, it's in! It's in! First over the lead!
Live from O'Brien Group Arena in Melbourne, this is AIHL TV. The regular season is brought to you by Air Canada, who offer the only daily and non-stop service to Vancouver. For details, visit aircanada.com.au. Owners are a direct infrastructure investor with a portfolio worth in excess of $50 billion. ATC Productions, your live event technical provider. And APA Group, delivering Australia's energy.
Welcome to O'Brien Ice House for today's clash between the Melbourne Ice and the Sydney Bears. For the Ice, well, realistically, finals are out of the question now, but for the Sydney Bears, victory today, the 3 points, and all of a sudden, depending on other results, they could be nipping on the heels of the Newcastle North Stars for second, or giving them a bit of clear space from the Perth Thunder, who are currently in fourth. So it's a pretty important game for the visiting Sydney Bears. So my name's Michael Clufford, and I'm joined in commentary today by three-time Goodall Cup winning coach Paul Jaffa Watson. And Jaff, question without notice, how many Goodall Cups have you actually won in total as a player and a coach?
A good question. Won 3 as a player and 3 as a coach.
Which makes 6.
Yeah, and I competed in 8 altogether.
There you go. But today's game, we've got the pre-game starting soon, but we'll get your thoughts after that and how you see this game for the Melbourne Ice, of course, with no Casey Kulcheski, who's had to go back to Canada. No Sebastian Anderson, who's also gone back to Sweden.
Is anyone going to be home?
Well, we are. We may have to put on some skates.
And his son, Alexander, for the ceremonial puck drop. Can the captains please come forward? Thanks very much, Alexander. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Well, as I say in the classics, a short pre-game is a good pre-game.
Well, I got to tell you, obviously the Bears have got everything to play for, and they're pretty prepared. I was talking, Fumes, their assistant captain, having a really good season on the point, you know, and switching back over to Melbourne Ice, there's a relaxed atmosphere in the rooms, believe it or not.
Is it all because finals are pretty much out of the equation now? It's just play hockey.
Yep.
Just go out and have some fun.
Yep, it is that. And it's a bit of the roll of dice about what's happening with some of the imports, but and that's just adding to the, let's just have a relaxed atmosphere and let's just go out and play hockey.
And of course we've got two goalies, two local goalies. Tom Munro is getting another start for the Melbourne Ice. Anthony Kimlin, which you'd expect for the Sydney Bears, starting. Also a handy inclusion for the Sydney Bears. Michael Schlamp back in the lineup today. Timing's good, a month before the finals. I reckon they've missed him.
Yes, and you miss his leadership on and off the ice. He brings a lot to the Bears. Absolutely, he does. And as far as the goalies go, well, Kinlan, I mean, what do you say? He's a very, very good goalie. Mind you, Tom Munro, he's also played some good hockey here.
He has. I think he's played better hockey than the scorelines suggest. Unfortunately, last Sunday after the miracle on ice, it was Saturday.
How do you follow that up?
Reality kicked in on Sunday.
That was never going to end any other way than it did on Sunday. But yeah.
Give me the tough side and the good side of the doubleheaders, depending on which way you sit.
Correct. So who's our referee out there, Michael? Do you know? Sorry,
you've got me on the hop.
Notice. Well, I'm sure our director upstairs will let me know.
Thank you, Jeff, for exposing me for the first time in the broadcast today. I'm sure there's plenty more coming up.
Hallelujah. So
the Bears win the face-off as Ratcliffe just tries to drive towards the net from a tight angle shot, and we'll have a face-off. Less than 10 seconds in the opening period. So the face-off will be in the defensive zone for the Melbourne Ice, and they win the face-off. Petrosky goes back. Now Graham. Just waiting for someone to present themselves. Not much was happening. Lazzarotto. Now Stahlhuth got it off the boards. Flips up in the direction of Petrovski. Which will see how much he misses his mate Kulcheski's. That's a good hit there by Brian Foons. And stops Petrovski in his tracks.
Certainly not a penalty. Oh, no, it's pushing the puck out. Yeah, no, Fumes, good body work. A bit of a fan of Fumes. He presents well.
I think we all are, aren't we?
Yeah, well, you know, he just closes the gap and he seems to control. A bit of a general on the defence.
So he just stopped it in his tracks. So neutral zone face-off, and it's won again by the Ice. So they've been good on the face-off so far, as Stahlhuth just send that one into the corner. Bowling the half on a big, I think it was Petrovski there with the return check as well, which is a good sign. I like that, actually.
Oh, he's got called for it.
Well, he's got the penalty against him, unfortunately, but
it was.
Referee Ryan Kenny decided he didn't like the look of that.
Oh, you've come back well, Michael.
Thank you. Puck's been played. It was late and actually was a little bit high when you look at it on replay.
It was a penalty coming all the way. Could be take your pick on that.
I think Brian Foons, he'd enjoy that, wouldn't he? He knows he's got someone for the night.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't retaliate. Smart defenseman.
Also knows he's going to have some fun.
Yes.
So Annesley fires and shoots. The shot was wide. I think it was probably more for the rebound. It's been kept in now by Ratcliffe. Will just pass it back to Annesley, to Gutierrez, back to Annesley. Out wide, there's a good setup now, Dowder.
They were trying for the back door there.
And he's got it in too.
He did. Well, not only did they try for the back door, they actually succeeded. That was an old one.
And apologise for my lack of excitement there. I actually didn't see it because our position, we're blocked for the most part. And it's like, okay, they're celebrating a goal now. Yeah. So the Bears do get one on the board early.
Very early. Good set-up play.
But it was. The setup in here is great. The pass out there wide, and that's a top shelf shot. That's
there wasn't much room up there, and he picked it.
So the Bears get the opener. Now Bremner. And the save there by Killen, seeing his first action for the night.
Melbourne Ice have got to get the puck deep and create some traffic in front of the net. I sound like a broken record, but that's what they've got to do.
And that was Adam Dowder's 8th goal of the season as well, the late arriving import. Well, late, relatively considering in the season. So Flanagan. Intercepted there by Webster. Now McKenzie in support. I thought McKenzie had one of his best weekends in quite some time last weekend against CBR Brave.
Again, talking to him before the game, and he's up for it tonight.
Of course, he spent a fair bit of time off with a serious knee injury, so it takes you a while to really get your confidence back.
Yeah, it does, and you're right, he did the knee, but also he's after consistency in his game. That's what he just wants to bring each time.
Now Flanagan.
Oh, you're going to take it back deep. You want to know what you're doing here.
Oh, he just flips it up high, and that should be icing. So he didn't know what he was doing.
No, he didn't. It does you no favours. Interesting to see Armstrong back. Like to see him let some cannons go.
Been an irregular attendee in Melbourne Ice games this season.
Yeah, well, he went back home to Canada, took the family back. Mr. Armstrong.
So from the face-off, it's won by the Bears, but it's all been tied up, and the Melbourne Ice will clear the zone. It's Thomas Stahlhuth. Send that one in the corner. It's going to be a foot race. Hoddick puts on the afterburners. He did well, but the pass was, well, to no one in particular in the end. It'll be just a little bit of lack of communication on the Melbourne Ice's part. So Annesley. There's the half wall out towards Ratcliffe. Stretch pass, rink-wide pass to Danny Gutierrez. Going back now, Ryan Annesley.
This will be good. I like Annesley. I really do. He's a clever defenseman.
One thing the Bears do have, they've got two of the best defensemen, and personally, I think, in the league, in Annesley and Foons, for different reasons.
Yes, complement each other too, because they are different. You're right.
So Newmark out wide. Now Ratcliffe. So Brian Foons. Now the Ice able to clear. Caruana. He'll send that one deep, make a line change. It's going to be up to whoever's got the speed, and it was Foons there first. Petrovski came in.
See, what Melbourne Ice have got to do, they've got to put it into the corner, a soft dump in the corner. You're just giving it back to him here.
So Danny Gutierrez. He's going coast to coast, still has the puck. Still has the puck, then goes out wide to Tyrell Clare. Tight angle shot, they thought if the Bears thought if they can do it once, why not twice? Though this time they were unsuccessful. So Esposito protected the puck well.
It's a famous name in hockey, isn't it?
And we're going to have a stop, and I'm seeing if it's going to be a penalty for a cross-check, and it's going to be against Esposito by the looks of it.
That's the famous name in hockey I'm talking about, mate. Back
Sure.
in the NHL days, the old days? No? Yes?
Well, a bit before my time.
Ah.
And then he went to the wrong penalty box. No, just because you go in the wrong box doesn't mean your team goes on the power play, but we'll get a replay of it here, and that's, pretty obvious. Although I reckon there was a fair chunk of mayo thrown in there for good measure.
A bit of I'd say the bottle.
So big power play for the Melbourne Ice, chance for them to level, but Brian Foons gets it from the face-off. Graham keeps it in, gets it out towards Petrovski. So Petrovski along the half wall.
He gives every game, Petrovski, doesn't he?
I think he's been a great addition. I just like his energy.
Yes.
He's a pretty skillful player, and let's not even talk about the hair.
No.
So Annesley now goes out wide. This is a good setup for the Bears, but eventually Melbourne Ice get defensemen back.
Here we go.
And a chance for them on the counter.
Now someone's got to drive to the net.
So shot comes in. Kimlin will make the save there by Thomas Stahlhuth.
Just get the shot a little bit lower, rebound out in front, capitalise on that. Let's see this in replay. Powell's he's just delaying, waiting for support. That was an ABC there.
Could have even gone to Lazzarotto.
Well, would have been handy because Kimlin was caught out.
So from the face-off, Armstrong wins the face-off. Caruana has it now for the Ice. To Stahlhuth. Gets it out towards Webster. Webster at the blue line fires, and that's come off a defenseman's stick, and that being Ratcliffe, and we'll have a face-off.
It's the right idea to get that puck back to Webster. He's got the cannon, but he didn't execute it accordingly in that one.
And it's not one you really want to be trying to block either.
No.
When it's coming in. You'll feel it.
It hurts.
So from the face-off again, won by Armstrong for the Ice. To Lundgren. Out towards Armstrong. Play that off the boards out towards Lundgren. We'll get it in the direction of Matt Armstrong. Bringing out the party tricks. Now Hoddick. And Sam Hoddick for mine to play. I think he's got a bigger role for Melbourne Ice in this coming weeks for the remainder of the season. Down a couple of imports.
He's also the future.
yet with plenty of experience.
Yes.
He's still young, but been around for a while.
He's been around since he was 16.
Well, that shouldn't be a penalty, but it will be a penalty against the Ice. Now, here's a chance for Newmark. And that's been padded there by Tom Munro. And all of a sudden we'll go back to 4-on-4 hockey as Mackenzie Kurana will make his way to the penalty box for a trip.
It was soft, but it was there.
You could argue that's a lot of occasions with tripping calls.
Yeah.
But they're there. And usually one of the easier ones to call in hockey too. See here. It's just...
Can't hide from it.
Yeah. Wasn't a great penalty to give away, really.
No, not right. No, not in the scheme of things.
So from the face-off. So Annesley happy to play that one off the board. Send that into the corner. It's going to be a foot racing getting there first. It'll be Stahlhuth for the Melbourne Ice. Great work, though, by Foons.
What a good read by Fumes.
And Brian Foons has it again. Here's a chance, a little backhand attempt there by Dowder. Now Brian Foons again for the Bears. So now the Bears on the power play. Gutierrez gets out to its Dowder, gets a shot away. Dowder gets it back.
Oh, good play.
But the Bears are making the Melbourne Ice. PK stretches a chance.
Oh.
And working his way through there was Dowder. He created an opening. Dowder now crosses the blue line. He'll go out wide. The Bears in complete control at the moment. Gutierrez fires.
Good save.
Munro makes the save.
Well, this will go over to Ainsley.
Annesley again out wide. Ratcliffe just flips that one up. Dowder with a tight angled shot.
That was planned, Michael.
I think it was. So Ratcliffe.
Here we go again.
Back to Gutierrez. Back to Ratcliffe. Back to Annesley. He goes out wide. Dowder with the shot. And this time Munro makes the save.
You know, they've obviously been practicing this, the Bears, and they're high-fiving each other because the plan's being executed.
Well, did that go in, did it?
It did go in.
It did, sorry.
And that's why it's they've been doing the back door. It's 2 goals. They've done the same plan. It was an old ploy.
Everyone's looking confused at the moment. I must admit I am too. Munro's like, what the hell's going on there? I thought he had that one, to be honest.
I think it went over him again. This could be a long night, Michael. Oh, he did have it and lost it.
He did too.
Dear me.
At least I was half right with the call anyway. So 9 goals for the season for Adam Dowder, 2 for the night. 2 wins I've not called correctly, so I hope I get his hat trick done.
Yeah,
right.
well, but the back door on the power play.
It's a pretty obvious play, isn't it?
It's, yeah, they're executing it well.
So now Armstrong lost an edge temporarily. It's a battle along the boards. Now Schlamp. He was onside. So Armstrong.
Was offside, dearie me.
So Armstrong will have to go back out towards Webster. Because Kurana will just glide in the direction there of Kimlin, who decides to play it on as quick as he can. There's much more emphasis on the keepers now, the goaltenders, to actually play the puck on. And well, Melbourne Ice bench looking for a penalty, none forthcoming.
Well, at least they're back checking.
To Guinea. Shot comes in, that's from Brucker, and that will hit the back netting and we'll have a face-off.
Don't know what Melbourne Ice could do at the moment. No, yes, I do. They've got to go back to playing simple hockey, and they're not even getting a chance to do that.
And cover that back door. So Annesley fires and shoots, and Munro makes the save. Now Ratcliffe. So Annesley. Dowder gets a shot away, and this time, definitely, Munro has made the save.
Gertnay, number 78, in front of that net, he poses a big screen, and they can't move him. It's unsettling, Munro. They've got to clear that net for him.
So from the face-off, Bears win it. Annesley fires, shoots. Nice look in the clear, and they do. Now Gunner.
Oh, 2-on-1.
Now Dowder should go out towards DNA and does. Shoots, fires, and scores.
Too easy.
Bears take a 3-0 lead.
And that was happening all day, all night. That was just too easy. This is going to be a long night, my friend.
I think it will be. Considering that play, it was training drill stuff, wasn't it?
Well, automatically you have a third man high, you have a third man back the whole time. Look at this. One defence, too easy. Bang. Munro couldn't get across in time. That was on all day, all night.
Still good here. He certainly gave him a chance to do it.
Yep.
Could have had a whole net to play with and went on Munro's side.
Melbourne Ice have got to play a 1-1. They just got to play one four-checker with one right behind to chase up, three-man back.
Gutier, 21st goal of the season. It's a battle in the corner. Shot comes in. And a scrambling effort there by Kimlin make the save.
So a 2-1-2, you know, with one hard four-checker, one following back, and just drive to the net. Be ugly. Forget the passing. Forget the good-looking thing. Make Kimlin have to work and make the Sydney Bears defence, put them under pressure, because they're not at the moment. They're dictating everything, and they're playing like a very good team.
So from the face-off, won by the Ice. Bremner. Awkward bounce there for Newmark. So Clare, he's tied to the boards at the moment. Eventually, he'll get it out. He'll clear the zone. Going back now is Thomas Stulhuth for the Melbourne Ice. So McKenzie. Pass out towards Bremner, tight angled shot. Hey, it's been working for the Bears tonight, so why not Melbourne Ice try?
Yeah, give it a go.
But this time, definitely no goal was scored.
No, but at least got the face-off in their end. Yeah, kept the shot low. Not stupid. They've got to win the draw. Armstrong win the draw back.
So Hoddick. Now the Ice have it. Shot comes in. Kimlin with them with the save. So Flanagan. He'll retreat. Decided against passing to Webster and just passes down the slot, and that was a bit of a nothing pass in the end. Yes, he cleared the zone, but there was nothing constructive to come out of it. So Joey Gunner for the Sydney Bears. Taking his time, but eventually will clear it out to Guiane.
Look at that. Too easy. Just
cycle
too easy.
back. And while he's turned it over, that's a terrible pass. Kuruana, here's a chance now for the Ice. Get one back. Shot comes in. And all over that one was Kimlin.
He did read it well. He just one step too far before he let that backhand go. As our producer director has just come down the line to me, he's right about Kimlin. You've got to make him move. That's his weakness. Shooting at him will never work. So look at this. He's got the break. Just, oof.
But I like the aggression there, Kimlin. Cut out those angles pretty quickly. Yeah. And in the end, the defensive support, I think it was Gunner there that forced Kuruana out wide and was only ever going to go in one area, wasn't it?
He went too deep with the move.
So from the face-off has been won by the Bears. Brian Foons. Looking for Schlamp along the half wall. It's Adam Dowder now. Out wide. It's been turned over again. Another chance for Kuruana. All on his own. Waiting for the trailer. Decides to go for the shot. The shot was wide, but the idea was right. So Hoddick. Now Dowder.
They look a lot bigger, the Bears, don't they?
Certainly they're moving in waves more than Melbourne Ice are. So at the moment, it's Melbourne Ice are very much solo efforts when they're getting into that attacking third of the ice.
Yeah, there's no real transition or occupancy in the neutral zone at the moment.
Again, it was a 3-1 in favour of the Bears. So Schlamp. Yeah, towards Dowder. Met by Flanagan. Powell there in support.
Uh-oh.
Wardlaw just couldn't capitalise on a small little opening that it presented itself. Good trap there by Lazzarotto, but he's going to send it in the corner. Miss Petrovski.
Yep, it did.
Now Esposito on the half wall. So Flanagan. He's tied up by Esposito. Rubes is also there, the 48-year-old. Don't know what you were doing at age 48, but I don't think he was playing top flight hockey, Jack.
No, mate.
Brucker comes in, shoots. Munro makes the save.
I was starring in the old timers with my good mate Clive Connolly up there and watching the game tonight.
So in the corner, Bears have it again. Brucker. Shot comes in. Well, that's going to hit the
Penalty
back netting,
coming.
and we'll have a penalty against the Melbourne Ice.
Yep. Frustration creeping into the game already. Deary, deary, deary.
So Flanagan will make his way to the penalty box. And the Bears have been, well, better than all right on the power play so far.
Just quietly, one's going to be a... Oh, they were trying for the back door again too. Flanagan had to get in there. I can see why he had a crack at Esposito.
And then follows up with that. That is,
Stupid.
honestly,
Stupid.
that if I was Brad Vigon, he'd be sitting the rest of the game. 'Cause
Absolutely.
that's just,
No, he'd be in the
for
showers.
better words, that's garbage.
Let's see, the win off the draw.
So from the face-off, well, Annesley leaves it
Oh,
behind.
it's a steal.
Opens the door now for Bremner. Jonathan Bremner charging to the net, gets a shot away in. Nancy Kimlin makes the save. Mr. Reliable, and he'll play it on quickly.
But how was the back checking from Gurdio? How was that? Number 78. Great back checking from the Bears.
Gutier. Now Ratcliffe along the half wall. The Ratcliffe out wide to Annesley.
Here it is.
Dowder, here's the Bears' favourite position at the moment.
And they're going to set it up too. Look at it, it's going to happen again. Bang.
Shot comes in from Dowder, breaks. So Gutier breaks a stick. And the puck went flying in the corner. Dowder has got 2 goals tonight, heading in his preferred shooting lane at the moment. Goes out wide. Annesley just kept that one in. Now Annesley fires and shoots.
Oh, dearie me. They're in total control here.
Dowder just literally by millimetres keeps that in. Puck spills free. Luckily the Ice were able to clear, but still Bears in possession. They're in control of this power play, but they've turned it over. And Mackenzie's just happy just to fling it up the other end, make a line change.
Good idea.
Give the penalty killers a bit of breathing room. So Newmark waiting for the trailers to come in. To Guinea, back out towards Tim Newmark. To Tyrell Clare, fires, shoots, puck spills free. Stahlhuth got enough of it to knock it away. Garano will flip it out wide, looking for Hoddick. It's going to be a foot race, and Hoddick gets there first.
Clever play.
Did very well to protect the puck and keep control of it. There's not much of Sam Hoddick, so...
He'll be solid. I tell you, he's a strong lad. You wouldn't want to mess with his old man either, by the way.
And of course, this is a double minor as well against Flanagan.
Oh.
So they've killed off one. So Brucker. Just leave it now for Guinea. Guinea winds up, shoots. And the save has been made.
Yes. Okay, it is a power play and you're supposed to be in control. Oh, guess what? They are. And Melbourne Ice, they're puck watching a little bit, but there's not much more they can do because the Sydney Bears are moving that pucks around so fast and to each other's sticks. They've really practiced
It
their
is a
power
thing
play.
to watch at the moment.
It
the Bears
is.
power play.
It is very nice.
So Annesley. Ice are able to clear, and it's going to go in the corner, and Kimlin will come out of his crease.
Look at this pass.
That didn't happen.
No.
So now Dowder will take the blue line. Will drive towards it, get a shot away,
Oh, good
and
save.
Munro makes a scrambling save.
Twice.
But that's yes. That in fact, it's
That was
gone
a
in.
goal. The second time it went in. First was a save. We're going well there.
Well, so the Bears have got their fourth and again score on the power play.
Yep. What's that telling you? So, first save.
Yeah, rebound comes in, and then the little backhander comes in.
And what's happening there is Melbourne Ice are not back.
Was that one there?
They were gliding. Tom Munro was hung out to dry there. Not his fault.
So But Gautier gets his second of the game, so we're going to have battling hat-tricks at the moment between him and Dowder. And that puck hits the Melbourne Ice bench just as the siren goes.
Not much more I have to say about this period, except Sydney Bears are in total control.
Complete and utter control.
Melbourne Ice have to stay in the penalty box. That's a given.
So, yeah, well, the Melbourne Ice have got all to do in the second period. The Bears, well, they can just keep on keeping on. But, gee, their power play has looked sublime tonight, hasn't it?
Very strong. That back door, that power play, they've been practising that.
So to wrap things up at the end of the first period is the Sydney Bears who lead the Melbourne Ice 4-0. We'll be back shortly with the second period of play. Welcome back to O'Brien Ice House for the second period of play in this match between the Melbourne Ice and the Sydney Bears. Bears lead 4-0. Melbourne Ice at this stage, have to say, Jaff, requires some sort of minor miracle to even get themselves back into the game.
Well, they have to show some effort for a starter.
Graham gets out towards Thomas Starhuth. And that's offside, just to add to Melbourne Ice's woes. This game.
That's part of the effort I'm talking about, being focused. I mean,
see the Melbourne Ice bench there. And are you reading anything from that bench right now?
yeah, it's too casual for mine. It's not angry, and it's not passionate.
So face off, won by the Ice. Lazzarotto got out to his Starhuth, sends that one into the corner. Ryan Annesley will get it. Newmark misses his target, and that will be an icing call.
It's one thing to be 4-0 down at the start of the second, and it's another to be smiling on your bench when you're 4-0 down.
Oh, you wouldn't have been smiling back in your day?
Mate, I would have put my fist through the wall by now, and probably through a couple of players.
How many walls did you have to pay for in your coaching career,
No,
Jeff?
it wasn't that. It was how many doctor's appointments on the knuckles. I broke a couple.
Arthritis, here we come.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So Petrovski now. Again, looking to it solo. He's done well so far. Gets a shot away, just a
wasn't
fractured
a bad
eye. And a
shot.
good chance there for Lazzarotto, but cleaning up the crumbs there was Brian Foon-Starhuth. Now Powell. Gets that towards James Petrovski. He's been one player that's shown a bit tonight.
He's the only one. He does it every week, too.
And Lazzarotto just couldn't keep that in. Now Starhuth.
Bad luck.
Being turned over, Starhuth will go back. And finds a way through the middle lane, goes out wide to Petrovski, just on the wrong side of him though. Gets out towards Graham, fires, shoots.
Intelligent play by Petrovski there. Realised that he had nowhere to go. Did a wheel, 360, gave it back to Graham. Graham got a good shot away, but got a face-off down at that end. I mean, the casual approach from the Bears right now, they're just smiling at each other on the bench.
You can when you're 4-0 up.
Yeah, I guess.
Winners are grinners after all.
Yeah.
So Ice have it now, Bremner. He went out wide looking for Kahu Joyce. So McKenzie. They go towards Joyce and Bremner. He's tied up by Killian Guillenay. Good work there by Clare for the Bears. He tied up Bremner, had support Guillenay. The backhand pass didn't work, so Bremner looking there for McKenzie and Joyce, and it's going to be gloved now.
What I like about
Kimlin.
Yeah, what I like about Kimlin there is that, okay, it was slow, it was passive, but he's reading the play. He's anticipating well. And there was a lot of traffic in the corner there, all court.
So from the face-off, to Joyce now for the Ice. Just tried a sneaky little wraparound, didn't quite work to plan.
Well, they've had the puck in their end, so Melbourne Ice are trying. Uh-oh.
And here's a chance now for the Bears. Wardlaw comes in. And now Webster will clear
work.
it, flip it up high.
Good work, Webster, on the point there.
McKenzie should get there first for the Ice and will. Beats out any potential icing call as well.
The effort from Melbourne Ice so far is respectable. Back checking.
Now there's a chance for Newmark. Newmark comes in too easy and scores. Just as you're praising the Melbourne Ice here, Jaff, they do that.
They do. It was just sadly ouch.
But that was a good piece of play there.
For Newmark.
Yeah, just the delay in shooting. In the end, he undressed Tom Munro. He really made his move far too early.
He did. But he should not have had that opportunity. He should have been stood up on the blue line, or the puck should have been cleared. Should have, could have, would have.
So Newmark's 8th goal of the season. The Bears now lead 5-0. And we could be heading for double figures here.
Oh, we will.
So along the half wall.
Vladimir Rube scores, that's it. I'm going. I'm going to go back to the retirement village and put the rug over my knees.
Vlad might do that as well. He scores and it's like, I'm done. So Heidig just trying to make his way through.
And that's no disrespect to Vladimir Ruse, by the way.
No, it's just he is 48.
Well, look at Michael Slamp out there as well, mate.
Well, what it does give the Bears now is plenty of time.
And a lot of confidence.
Probably give a chance. They've got 2 players with 2 goals sitting on a hat-trick. So you probably give them a time to see if they can finish it off.
Yep.
But you've got younger players. Joey Gunner, you've got Michael Slamp. Not a young player, but he's making his way back from injury. You can get some quality ice time into him as well. Xander Wardlaw. This is now set up that coming up the finals, you can make sure that all your lines are getting some quality ice time.
Correct.
And work on your systems. Or you can basically look at Melbourne Ice and rub their nose in it. And just...
It'll be both.
So Petrovski out wide and blocked there by Foons.
But a good play from Petrovski. Wide pass across to, I think it was to Powell.
Yep.
And he let a good shot go. Trouble is, Kimberlin read it like the Bible. Not that I've ever read the Bible.
But say, when was the last time you read the Bible?
The only time I ever had the Bible was when I was used for punishment. I was belted over the head with it.
So from the face-off. Now Brucker. Just delaying the outlet pass, and Vlad Rubes. Can he get the goal that Jaff so desperately wants? Munro, well, in the end, the play's been called off.
I might get Vlad's autograph if he gets that goal.
Might just get him in the commentary box.
Yes.
I'm sure he'll have to work his way through the Melbourne Ice bench to do it, but...
Yep. Can't dance, I'm too flat to fly, Michael.
So, from the face-off, the Bears have it. Foons. And their first was Petrovski. Hasn't been able to clear, though, for the home side. And the Bears have it again. Pass back to the point. The Foons. Blocked by Stahlhuth. And now Petrovski. To Stahlhuth in the corner, looking for Petrovski and Lazzarotto.
Powell in front of the net was left unattended. Here it is. Oh,
and just the wrong side of Stahlhuth. So Webster will have to go back. Jeremy Brucker. I believe he recently passed the 100 games mark. Powell to Petrovski, looking for Stahlhuth or Powell, and missed both of them in the end.
Wow.
Here's a chance now for Danik Guthier, looking for a hat-trick. Delays the pass, shot comes in, and there's another one there for the Sydney Bears.
They're stretching Munro, they're turning him inside out. And I don't know how you stop the bleeding here.
And the Ice House at the moment is silent.
They've got a good crowd and good supporter base, Melbourne Ice, but they'll soon lose it with the attitude they're showing here tonight, because guess what you can do? You can man up. It's 5-on-5 the last time I saw this game. Look at this. Beautiful stretch. Webster, what else could he do? Deary.
So Jake Ratcliffe, from 16 goals this season, 12 goals.
Melbourne Ice.
First for the night.
Sorry, Michael. Melbourne Ice are undermanned, but it doesn't mean that you concede.
Yeah, it's effort, and sometimes if it's a 6-0 result and the effort's there, well, you just have to say,
yep,
better team. And unfortunately, I don't think outside of Petrovski, you're seeing enough of it tonight.
No.
So Gutierrez, trying to work his way through, has it behind the net. Draws about 3 Melbourne Ice players to the corner, though. But eventually they will clear. And it's going to be an icing call.
Is there an advantage to shorten the bench? No, for Melbourne Ice. Absolutely not. I'd run the younger line and I would let them go, and I would ask them to do one thing. Man up and win the shift. And that's how you start it.
Or do you give ice time? We talk about effort. Is it down to effort? If you put in the effort, you get ice time tonight. If you don't, you hit the showers.
And that's where the kids would come from. That'd be the instruction. Win the shift. Man up. Don't care if you don't get a scoring opportunity, but just that you control that shift.
So Shane wins the face-off for the Bears and gets it out to Annesley at the point. We'll send that one into the corner. Wardlaw will get there first for the Bears.
And these guys have been intimidated. Not one of them's been hit yet. I'd smack one. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Well, it was one hit and there was a penalty.
Yeah, but it was an illegal check.
Yeah, it was.
And what I was about to say wasn't legal either, but never mind.
And Munro makes the save, which will be good for his confidence at the moment tonight.
Oh, well, he's not getting a lot of support.
So Joey Steenberg there, and he's looking particularly frustrated right now.
He's rolling his eyes. And what do you think? What do you think's going through his mind? I can tell you what he did at the end of the first period. He went off.
He was not happy.
He went off his trolley.
So face off. And the Bears win it again. So Annesley will send that one into the corner. And Annesley couldn't keep it in. Gets it out towards Schlamp. Will just backhanded that one in the general direction of the corner. And Cashew will go back. Lundgren. And the ice clear.
Ooh.
Armstrong copped a high stick. And that will be called by referee Ryan Kenny. And well, chance for the Melbourne Ice just to get some momentum or some mojo into this game.
Schlamp went up and apologised. Doesn't take away from the hurt or the hit.
No, and it doesn't take away from the fact you're going to sit 2 minutes in the penalty box.
No. And unlike Armstrong, he just made sure the ref saw it. Yep, no, it was a clip over there, all right.
The old chestnut, you're responsible for controlling your stick in the end, aren't you? So,
what can we do here, says Melbourne Ice.
well, hopefully not concede a short-handed goal for a start. That would. So Stahlhuth. So Graham. Topolsky back to Graham. Now left it behind, had a chance to get it back, nearly pinched by Ratcliffe. So Brebner. Gets it out towards Petrovsky.
Back to the point, quick. You got to move the puck quicker than this.
Now delayed. And here goes the corner out to Petrovsky. Back out towards Powell. And it's a real contrast as Petrovsky gets a chance there. But there's a real contrast in power play. See the movement,
yep.
The passing from the Bears and how slow the Melbourne Ice is when they have their chance.
Yeah, because they're reading it well, the Bears.
And the shot there by Bremner was blocked. Here's a chance there for Stahlhuth.
They're controlling it, though. Melbourne Ice are controlling it.
But the Bears are looking organised in the PK.
Oh.
And well, just fanning on that one was Bremner. And going back now will be Graham.
Look at the forechecking. Look at that. Look at that.
By Danik Gutierrez.
Sensational work by Gutierrez.
Now Bremner. Bremner waiting for the trailer. Kurana just couldn't trap it. So Armstrong to Kurana. Just trying to find a way through.
Oh, get in there and throw one, Melbourne Ice. Just throw one.
Not that we condone violence there, Jeff.
Oh, well, show some heart. You're just rolling over.
But it's a good chance, like, great work there by Foons, it should be said. But yeah, there's no extracurriculars, nothing to get under the Bears' skin a little bit at the moment, is there?
I would have given a cheap shot just to spark it up a little.
Yeah, but the good old face was, something like that, just to spark an emotion or get under the skin of your opponents. So Webster.
Ooh, good idea that. That was clever from Webster. It was straight to Hoddick on the high, and it was good for a deflection. Very clever. Melbourne Ice bench. Oh, look at the coaches.
Yeah, there's no happy faces there, is there?
Only one's chewing gum.
I don't. So, from the face-off, Kurana has it now for the Ice. Armstrong in the half-wall, back towards Webster, fires, shoots, looking for a deflection, none forthcoming, and Kimberlin will make the save.
Looks a little constructive, though, in control, Melbourne Ice. They've actually had it in the Bears' end most of this period.
It's been very passive, though. That's for me, that's a problem. In this game, I think the Bears have sort of shown how to do a power play.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with trying to imitate that. So Ice win the face-off again. As the Bears have killed the penalty, but the Ice still in control. Kurana, shot was blocked. Now Schlamp will get there first, out towards Newmark. Couldn't clear the zone. Kept in. Here's a chance now for the Ice. They thought he couldn't get there, though.
Much better effort from Melbourne Ice here. They are giving some effort, Michael.
To Joyce. Looking for the tip. Scramble to the crease. Kimlin had the angles covered.
That's what you want. And then I'd be in there pushing a few. And as you say, a little face wash while I was in the area. This is what you want, some controlled aggression. They have controlled it. As you said, though, it's just been a little bit...
At least they're driving something to the net at the moment.
And you know what? The Bears, they're just absorbing it.
Well, it's all they need to do right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You're 6-0 up.
So shot comes in and it's in. Melbourne Ice get one back. Jonathan Bremner gets the first of the game.
Reward for effort.
And it should be said that this line has been, since the power play, actually has been pretty good. So they've got some reward. And amazing what happens when you start putting a little bit of effort in.
Yeah, good things happen when you shoot. Reward for effort. Spills free. Good wrist shot. Kimlin wasn't ready for it. Beaten all ends up.
So that's Bremner's 4th goal of the season.
Good for him. He's a big lad, Bremner.
An handy addition for the Ice this year. Now Newmark. He already has one tonight.
That's offside. Good call, Coffee.
I think you got in there first. So
I did, but
we'll pat each other on the back.
I was just giving you a bit of credit. You know, you're a bit younger than me. You need some help. I hear you going, might be going up to the finals.
Potentially.
Oof. First class, I hear, all the way.
Yeah, just, 5-star hotels, business class. So shot comes in now by McKenzie. Another great chance there for the Ice.
Bit of momentum here for Melbourne Ice, man in front. Oh, clever, clever, clever.
So Bremner.
Doesn't want to give it away, and it's smart. Back in, yep.
Casher gets it out towards Joyce in the corner, be left behind Tyrell Clare. So Lundgren.
Oh,
Been turned over. Cashy's a chance now for Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe to Gutierrez, and they're just playing with the Melbourne Ice defence of the Bears. They couldn't polish it off that time, but that was party moves. So Lazzarotto gets out towards Petrovski. Shot comes in. Gimlin makes the save.
Good save. Good play from Melbourne Ice, though.
Now Petrovski. Another attempt there, and eventually Gimlin will have that one covered.
No, there's some effort going along, but I must admit, on the transition there with the Bears, boy, did they stretch Munro. They are zigzagging in front of that net. Munro doesn't know whether it's left, right, or indifferent. Oh.
Finally, it looks like Melbourne Ice have found the effort. Unfortunately, they're now 6-1 down.
Doesn't matter, it's only 5 shots.
Optimistic there.
What, 5 shots?
Gimlin has another one covered. But it's come predominantly now from the third line.
Yes, it
has. And Petrovski, which I notice they've moved Lazzarotto up into that line as well tonight, but they just need more from the experienced players when there's going to be a penalty against the Bears. As it looks like, I think it's only Michael Schlamp that will sit the time in the box.
I like Schlamp. I know he's going to the penalty box, but he's...
Oh, that's good for the Schlamp watch anyway.
Well, you know what? He's been great for Australian hockey too. He's a journeyman.
Journey with the Bears.
Yeah. Don't poke the bear.
No chance for Melbourne Ice to claw one back. And they win the face-off. So Thomas Dahlhuth gets it out towards Powell. To Dahlhuth. Now Graham. Back to Dahlhuth, out wide towards Powell. Powell delayed on the shot to Petrovski. Looking there for Bremner. The idea was right. So clearly that's Melbourne Ice's play on the power play. Now Gutierrez from a tight angle, but this time Munro has that covered.
You know, when they break in the transition there, they just build up speed in the neutral zone. The Bears, Gutierrez, I mean, the leg speed. Oh.
Ryan Annesley, he is the quarterback, I think, giving some instructions to his team.
Correct.
I'm convinced that guy will make a very good coach when his playing days are done. He's got a good hockey brain.
No doubt.
So Ice win the face-off as Stahlhuth, rink-wide pass out towards Powell. Has to wait and delay for the trailers to come in. Petrovski just puts on the afterburners. Had it pinched away from him. Graham will get there for the Ice. Couldn't trap it. And it's been turned over. Pass looking for Gautier. And Munro will get that out towards Graham.
Plenty of time to set this up.
Now Powell. To Petrovski. Again, has to delay. Goes back out towards Stahlhuth. It was blocked there by Annesley. Bears clear. Ratcliffe and Annesley's there. Ratcliffe. He'll send that one into the corner. So Ratcliffe tied up there by Graham. So Todd Graham. So Petrovski, pass looking for Bremner. Good work there by Clare, though. We'll clear it.
Much better period from Melbourne Ice, though. They haven't won it.
Certainly probably the second half of the period so far.
Yes. Oh, good pass. Good backhand pass.
Now Hoddick. Pass there looking for Hoddick.
Oh, Webster has to pinch. Could be dangerous.
And the Bears kill the penalty. So Gautier just left that behind. It will be an icing call against the Bears because the outlet pass occurred after the penalty had been completed.
Oh, very well said.
Thank you.
You are all over this, Cloffy.
Occasionally.
You're going to go well in Newcastle in the finals. Flying first class. 5-star hotel. Chauffeur driven to the rink, I hear.
Roll out the red carpet.
Yes.
Now they'll probably say, who are you? So now the Bears. Outlet pass to Gautier. Goes blue line to blue line. He'll go the shot himself. And Munro makes the save.
Oh, he's down. And
the Melbourne Ice player is down, and
yeah, that's it. Yes,
it's Kuruana, and we've got a few little extracurriculars as well. And finally, we're seeing a bit of passion coming from Melbourne Ice.
Well, you don't. Yeah, you finish it if you start it.
Mackenzie Kuruana is very slow to make his way.
Let's see.
Back to the bench there. So it's actually happened a bit later than this.
Yep.
It's about here,
Bang.
knee on knee. That's not good.
No.
And that's going to be the penalty too, for knee.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it looks like Mackenzie Kuruana's night's probably done. Looking at it, he's being helped off the ice. And just hope it's no longer than this weekend. And that says on side about how flat this crowd is at the moment, that Sam Hoddick had to basically do a stick tap in the bench to get the Melbourne Ice fans to acknowledge one of the Melbourne Ice's players.
Yes.
So this is probably how shell-shocked the crowd is, or how dissatisfied the Melbourne Ice crowd is tonight.
I think they're just stunned. They're just stunned.
So Esposito will sit in the penalty box for 2 minutes. His second penalty for the night.
I would have remonstrated a bit harder. Was that wrong?
No. I tell you, it was a derby that would be.
Yes, good point.
On for young and old.
Good point. Yeah.
That's been the problem with the derby this year. Jamie Burke's been behaving himself. And Liam Webster's missed a few, I think.
There you go.
So from the face-off, Melbourne Ice are on the power play. But the Bears are able to clear it now through Ratcliffe. Gobbling up valuable PK time.
Good work from Graham.
Now Bremner. He'll leave it for Powell. And again, the Bears will clear. Ratcliffe
2-on-1.
delays it, gets it to Newmark, gets it, well, goes back to Ratcliffe, who should have buried that one.
He had Munro stretched, sadly.
So a rare missed opportunity from the Bears tonight.
Especially short-handed.
It's the only thing really missing from the Bears' performance tonight, isn't it? A short-handed goal.
Correct.
In fact, that was actually a major penalty. So initially it was 2 on the scoreboard.
So no one sits the 2, or is that all changed? Oh.
So,
it's
Jaff,
only a 5
given that
minute
it's less
major.
than, and Jaff, given that it's less than 5 minutes,
I
as
wasn't
well.
watching the clock.
Yeah.
I was watching the play. I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Beg your pardon.
But it is a chance now for Melbourne Ice to just regain momentum, get a goal now, get a goal on the other side of the period. All of a sudden it becomes 6-3, and hey, weirder stuff has happened. But so from the face-off, Webster. Shot comes in off the pads there of Kimlin. Schlamp looking to clear, hasn't been able to. Webster decides to go for the shot himself, and that went right into the glove of Anthony Kimlin. But the idea was right, because that shot had a bit of juice on it.
He's always had a great shot, and still has a great shot. Do you think Kimlin's moved? We're not making him move enough, are we? We are shooting it at him a fair bit.
Well, that's true. So Ice have it from the face-off. Schlamp happy to play the one off the boards, and get in there first will be Brucker. So Brucker now for the Bears. Leaves it for Schlamp, gets a shot away. Shot though was blocked. And so far the best shot of this the power play has come from the PK. And again, delaying. Webster gets a pass out towards Hoddick. Slow movement of the puck in the neutral zone. Webster again, shot wide. Hoddick in the corner. So Armstrong. Shot comes in, rebound on offer, and it's in! Melbourne Ice get one on the power play, and that would be Sam Hoddick.
And Paul Arizona. Good effort, but the general on that power play was Liam Webster. And I just think he let Kimble know what he thought about it too. Good.
And they got in with a second remaining in the second period, so timing was excellent there.
Yep.
Yeah, just poking that one in is Hoddick.
Good effort all round.
And that would be Hoddick's 4th goal of the season.
Yeah, and good effort from Paul Lazzarotto as well. Lazzarotto, I beg your pardon.
So, end of 2 periods, and while Melbourne Ice score one on the power play late, they've got the last 2 goals of the game, but they still trail 6-2.
A lot better effort from Melbourne Ice, though. They can at least skate off and say, yep, we had to crack that period.
And what they will start the 3rd period with 2 minutes and 51 seconds of power play time, and if they can rattle off 1 or 2 more, and you never know, that it could just plant a seed of doubt in the Bears' minds. So to wrap things up at the end of 2 periods, it is the Sydney Bears leading the Melbourne Ice 6-2. We're back shortly with the 3rd period of play. Welcome back to O'Brien Ice House. Third period coming up in this match between the Melbourne Ice and the Sydney Bears. It's the Bears who lead 6 goals to 2. The Melbourne Ice have scored the last 2 goals. They scored one on the power play, just 1 second remaining in the second period. And because it's a major penalty, they've still got another 2 minutes and 51 seconds. Quick score update from some of the other venues. Looking at Twitter, I believe the Mustangs leading the Sydney Ice Dogs 3-1 and a 3-0 Brave over Adelaide after 1 period there in the Brave Cave. But Jaff, you've got one of the best stats you've probably ever produced.
Yeah. For the first 10 minutes of that period, Melbourne Ice outshot them 10-2. Trouble was, the 2 shots the Bears had went straight to the net. How did he work that out?
And this period, starting with Petrovski, and it looks like Bremner is actually starting as well, which is good. I think Bremner, Petrovski and Hoddick, I think, need to see plenty of ice time because they're the players, we talk about reward for effort, that have actually performed tonight for the Ice. So Stahlhuth on the half wall. But the pass misses Powell, who have to go back and retrieve the puck. He leaves it now for Graham. Pass out wide to Stahlhuth, who will have to flip that one into the corner, where we'll have a foot race, and getting there first should be Foons. He was actually held there, but looks like he's got away with it. So shot comes in, and Ratcliffe should get there first for the Bears, and does. Through the neutral zone, waiting for the trailers to come in. Of course, whatever he does, he's eating up penalty kill time, which is always valuable. So now Powell. A strip to the puck there. Well, in the end, Guillonet just couldn't get it. Little tip there from Petrovski, but the save has been made by Kimlin.
Good work for Petrovski, though. Put himself right in front of that net.
So face off now. Taking zone for the Melbourne Ice. You can see the Bears bench there looking fairly comfortable. Though that said, I have a feeling, to be honest, I think the Bears maybe took the foot of the accelerator a little too much.
Yes.
Late in that second period.
Yeah, they got exposed.
And important for them just to kill off the remaining PK time as well. Because another goal just, it gives a glimmer of hope.
And, you know, like if I'm the Bears coach, I want the Bears to put the foot right on the neck and absolutely destroy Melbourne Ice.
Well, they've got to be in there. The final 6 games of the regular season. Bears at this stage look like they will be making the finals for the 2nd year in a row. So is this a chance just to, well, work on the system, but really just put it in opposition to the sword.
Exactly.
Because I suspect, well, the CBR Brave are the runaway leaders in the competition at the moment. They've got one hand on the cup already, and you're probably going to have one of those games where, if you're playing against them in a final, you've got to put them to the sword and put them away if you get the chance.
And that's what I'm talking about. Start now, being able to play 100% of the time for a whole game. Because that's what you're going to have to do to beat CBR Brave.
So there's an icing call that will make its way all the way back. Still a minute 16 remaining on the major penalty. So face-off has been won there by the Ice as Lundgren. Get back out towards Webster. Now Lazzarotto trying to work his way through, couldn't find a way. Now Brucker for the Bears, who'll delay the outlet pass and then flip it up high. Munro will have to leave that there for Liam Webster. And now Armstrong. He was stripped of the puck. Webster's there. So Liam Webster just fires, shoots, and just on the tip of the pad there, save made by Kimlin. Bremner with a shot that was high and wide. Now Powell. Here, call of shoot the puck from the crowd, and it's not a bad idea as Webster's well. In the end, he couldn't trap it.
But good control, nevertheless.
It was just an awkward bounce for him, and probably a tale of Melbourne Ice's night so far.
Yeah, but it was good control with foot and stick.
So Bremner goes out wide towards Petrovski, gets a shot away. And the Bears have killed off the 5-minute major. Only conceded 1 goal out of that. So in the end, I have to say for the Bears, a pretty good result as Esposito makes his way back onto the ice and back onto the bench.
Oh, there it is.
Shot comes in, and Melbourne Ice get another one just after the power play ends, and all of a sudden, it's a 3-goal game.
Guess what? It was back door. Very, very clever. It was there all day.
So Bremner gets his second of the game.
And Protoski had a hand in that, I think. Let's see it.
It's through, well, found a way through the back door. Yeah.
Yeah, and guess
Forced
what?
Kimlin to move. And
Yep. Look what? Caught out. I think our... Do you know what? I think our director-producer up there is letting us know that he played some hockey in the time, because he was right about moving Kimlin.
she just joined us in the commentary box then, if he knows so much.
That wouldn't be Daniel's... That wouldn't be Daniel Selinsky by any chance, would it?
I'm sure the fans would love that, wouldn't they? So 3-goal game. Puck's been turned over. Joyce. Brucker should get there first now for the Bears. Does.
One more goal and it's seriously on.
It is actually. So Starluth ties up Brucker. And all of a sudden this game has become a little bit more interesting than it looked like halfway through the second period when it was 6-0. So Starluth. So Schlamp. McKenzie.
Oh,
diving effort.
What, it was a diving effort.
And he didn't get the penalty called against him either for a trip, so it's kind of worked out well. Rob Clark is someone who's barely seen a shift so far tonight. And given the result, I think that's a bit strange, but he's got one now. And Flanagan, who was barely sighted since he gave away a double minor.
No, he had to sit the second period.
The shot comes in, Munro makes the save. And now Clare. And the question has to be, has the Bears just put the foot off the trigger, foot off the accelerator too early?
Yes.
Have they let a rot set in? So Hoddick.
Which doesn't bode well for the Bears.
Well, longer term thinking, yeah. That's although the other flip side is you have it now. You have a look at yourself and say, well, we actually can't do that. That's
it's easy for us, isn't it, in the armchairs here?
You've had years of coaching.
No, I won 100% each game. No, it's no good just taking the foot off. No.
So you're not a believer in sometimes it's good to have a loss late in the season if you've been a runaway leader?
Really? Oh, it's good that I drive to work today. I should smash the car just so I'm used to it.
It's quite ironic you're talking about driving ability,
yeah,
he just lost his licence.
I should just speed just to see what it's like to lose my licence for 3 months.
How did that go for you? Here's a chance now for the Ice. Trying to stuff it through there was Armstrong, but the Bears have it now.
Oh, nearly offside, but not.
Ratcliffe driving towards the net. Cutting off that lane was Flanagan. And now Webster gets there first. Foon's unable to keep it in. Good work there by Chai. Pass missed to Newmark. And Ratcliffe in support. Gets out towards Newmark. Waits for the trailer. Defensive stick come in handy on that occasion.
Munro stepped up.
Well, yeah, when it was 6-0 down, he would have been looking pretty dejected. No, all wasn't on him.
No. Oh, good move.
Flanagan. Now Petrovski. To Powell.
He's had a good year.
He has actually. Melbourne Ice's leading scorer. And now here's a chance for Wardlord. Just flips it up for Schlamp, who gets onto it now. So Schlamp decides to go for the shot himself. The shot was high. And now Vlad Rubes just turns it over. And that goes in, and that is high. So we'll have a face-off.
Again, Melbourne Ice are coming out, showing some effort. And they're being rewarded for it. Sydney Bears are trying to match it now. They should step up. 13:40 left in the third.
So from the face-off, the Ice do have it. So Petrovski, a little backhander. Now Tyrell Clare. Petrovski has it now. Delays. Kimlin
nice
with
shot.
the save.
It's
Couldn't
there.
completely trap it.
Needed
But
someone
eventually
in front.
Schlamp will play that off the glass and clears it away.
Nice work from Melbourne Ice. Needed someone in front. Again, they're forcing they're creating pressure.
So Ratcliffe keeps onside, getting out towards Vlad Rubes. Gets a shot away.
Oh, Vlad, you nearly scored.
And Jaff nearly got an early pass to leave the commentary box.
Yep. Not
So
offside.
Petrovski, wrong side there of McKenzie. Now bat along the half wall. It's going to be a penalty against Vlad Rubes. So you can have a Bex and a lie down.
A Bex. A Bex. How many people do you think would know that in this place?
Someone of your vintage, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Cup of tea and a Bex powder and a good lie down.
So Melbourne Ice get another power play opportunity.
What all was in a Bex powder, by the way?
I don't know. I'd never had it, so I don't know, to be honest.
Still trying to work out what the penalty was for.
So Melbourne Ice on the power play. So flipped up there. 2-minute call for tripping.
Yes. Subtle.
So Lazaretto flips it up high, just too high there for Sam Honig, but Armstrong was there, just managed to remain onside. Ratcliffe, he'll clear it. So Webster, Jacob
Skated
Langford.
out. Skated out.
Oh, Melbourne Ice need to have a power play with some authority at the moment, don't they?
Yep.
There's another goal in this power play, and it does start to get really interesting.
The trouble is they can't break in with any authority. As you were saying, no good coming in on a 1-on-2.
Nice, make a line change. Webster out towards James Petrovski. He'll skate it in himself. Bremner's also there, but met a brick wall of Bears. Defenseman Ryan Annesley will skate the puck out. Now Starhuth.
Good defence.
I was a bit past to no one in particular in the end. All of a sudden it's consumed time. So Petrovski. Petrovski to the high slot. Bremner
Good thought.
looking for his hat trick. So Petrovski will get it back out towards Powell. Starhuth back to Powell. Back to Thomas Starhuth. Pass
There it
out
is.
wide to Petrovski. And all over that one was Anthony Kimlin with one of his best saves of the night so far.
Did Petrovski one time it then? 'Cause I think that was what was missing.
But well, it's probably in some ways relevant because Kimlin read that so well.
Yeah,
he was there.
He did.
And that's what I really love about the save, that he read it beautifully.
We're going to see it. Good puck control from Melbourne Ice.
See, he was already there. You can see the penalty here. A little bit going on, but there was a trip. So from the face-off, Graham now for the Ice. We'll get out towards Bremner. Bremner behind the net. To Powell. The Starhuth winds up, shoots, looking for the tip. So Bears kill the penalty. But the Melbourne Ice look good, and particularly in that last minute or so of the power play.
Last half of the second and up till now, Melbourne Ice are showing something.
So Starhuth takes the blue line, drives towards the net, and Kimlin will make the save. And all of a sudden we're seeing that little bit of push and shove and just general annoyance that was missing in the first half of this game.
Well, what happens with Melbourne Ice is what they've got to do is they're not clever enough to be too fancy. So when they pass that puck around and they break in, just drive to the net and create some traffic. Make it ugly.
So from the face-off, Ice win it. Kept in by Webster, but Kimlin makes a save.
He got down that early and caught it. Could have had a sandwich.
With hand or without?
No, with hand. And pickles.
Oh, no, passing the pickles. So now Armstrong for the Ice. He's tied up by Schlamb along the half wall. Still, battle continues, and eventually it is the Bears who will clear. Wardlaw will get there first. Pass back looking for Schlamb and Brucker, but they probably had too many options in the end and went right between the two of them. So Webster up against Schlamb, and there's some experience there between those two.
Yeah, that's true.
Now Hoddick. So Hoddick got left it behind. Still managed to get a pass away. Here's a chance for the Ice. Pass well. Probably should have gone for the shot in the end there, Armstrong. He was looking for Clark. So all of a sudden the Bears are starting to make the mistakes that the Melbourne Ice were making in the first period.
Interesting, isn't it? It's not what I would have thought.
And there's still time to at least draw at level.
Yep. Plenty of time.
So McKenzie. Guinea. Going back is Clare. To Guinea again.
See, they're skating to the puck. They're forechecking well, Melbourne Ice.
And that's what that was too from Jacob Lundgren.
Yep. Shot
Comes in. Gimlin will save it, but all of a sudden we're in that bizarre territory, despite the fact that the Bears lead 6-0 at one stage. Melbourne Ice got 3 goals, and it's an element of who wants it more right now.
Yeah, well, they're entertaining Melbourne Ice. They're showing effort, and they're forechecking hard, and they're following up on the forecheck.
But you have to say, where was this effort in the first period?
Wasn't even there. No, it's not the same team.
And that's probably in some ways is equally as frustrating.
Yes.
The ability is there, but they didn't bring it until it was probably, we'll look back in this game and I have to say most likely we'll say it's too late.
Yeah. Oh, no.
So pass, it's a poor one. So Ratcliffe, that's one of the more bizarre comments. I don't know if they're coming to go back to Hogwarts, Ratcliffe. To Clare.
Oh.
And I'm wondering, Jeff, if you understand the reference.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Daniel Ratcliffe being the actor who played
Mate,
Harry Potter. It took me a few seconds to understand it too, I must admit. And that's hit the back netting. But that said, I've never read any of the books or watched any of the film. So, no, have you, Jeff?
No.
No. But
I've seen some of the films. What about Lord of the Rings? You a Tonklin fan?
No. It's 4 hours of film I just can't be bothered sitting through. And it's a trilogy, so that's like...
Melbourne Ice, come on. What do you got? Bears, what do you got?
What we have is a face-off in the attacking zone for the Bears, who win the face-off. So Annesley. So Powell out wide to Lazzarotto. This is a good link up between the Ice. Shot by Starlings. Here's a chance for the Ice. Powell can't get there, can he? Well, he got some contact onto it.
Lazzarotto, what good play from Paul Lazzarotto.
You'll get his name right one day.
I'm struggling. I don't know why I'm struggling. I know it well.
But the whole link-up
was a good pass.
Yeah. It was a beautiful link-up.
Yep.
And that's what it was. And there's probably an argument to say that probably should have been a penalty.
Yeah.
So the Bears have got away with one. So from the face-off, the Ice have it, and it's going to go in the corner. Prochowski will get there first for the Melbourne Ice. The centre lane. They came off defensive stick, and we'll have another face-off.
You know, if you just walked into the rink right now, you wouldn't believe the score. You'd just be thinking to yourself, hang on a minute. Melbourne Ice seem to be doing all the attacking. They seem to be holding control and creating the pressure.
So from the face-off, it's won by the Ice. Good work there by Wardlaw. Clears it. It's going to be a foot race. Wardlaw get there first. Now the pass. Oh, that nearly went pear-shaped for the Ice too, because that would have come off a defenseman. And that would have just been rubbing the salt into the wound for Tom Munro tonight. So Lazzarotto So Powell delays on the shot. So Graham. Petrovski just could, well, in fact, he has kept it in. But Wardlaw now, he takes a tumble. Lost an edge by the looks of it. Annesley go out wide to Brucker. Stahlhuth. And that's, no, gee, that's nearly gone wrong for the Ice.
Thank God Munro was there.
So now Petrovski.
He's on his own.
Trying to believe his way through. Takes a massive tumble for good measure.
I think that was a great follow-through free fall. Athletical young lad.
Well, hopefully one of our photographers has got a good shot at that. Between the tumble and the flowing hair and...
Beautiful hip check. Classical.
And stopped a great chance for the Melbourne Ice as well. So from the face-off, big win there for the Bears. Tyrell Clare out towards Ratcliffe. He flips that one high to centre ice. Now Ratcliffe. Shot was wide. Kept in. And the net's come off. It's mooring, so we'll have a face-off.
6 minutes to go. You'd throw everything out at Melbourne Ice, as you have been, but I'd increase it some more.
And, well, I'm sure Johan's slightly happier right now.
Well, where's he going? Oh, there he is.
He's hiding it.
Oh, he's having a beer.
He's like Dickie Nee at the moment. Just that cap. And I'm sure viewers who are either not from Australia or under the age of about 35 probably don't get that reference. Hey, Mr. Summers. Shot comes in. Munro makes a save.
I'd want, if I was the coaches of Melbourne Ice, I'd want every player to come off spent after the game. It was 5:52 on the clock. And if I was a Sydney Bears coach, I'd want 2 more goals in the net.
So from the face-off. So Schlamp comes in. Ratcliffe. So Ratcliffe now along the half wall. Back to the point. We'll send that one into the corner, but turned over. Here's a chance now for the Ice. Is Armstrong.
Let the cannon
lines up,
go.
shoot. Shot was blocked. So Armstrong again had it and lost it. Ratcliffe looking to clear now for the Bears. Should be able to. Does. Wide pass to Newmark. Rink wide pass looking for Schlamp. Now Clare. He's looking for the tight angle shot. He's wrapped up by Liam Webster. Jeremy Chai. Forced to delay, wait for the trailer as he was surrounded by 4 Bears defenders.
Yeah, great back checking by the Bears.
Now Webster. Shot was blocked. Bremner has 2 goals tonight. Can he get his hat-trick? Joyce. Annesley will get there first. And Time Sutton become the enemy of the Melbourne Ice tonight. Ratcliffe will send that one down into the corner. It's going to be a foot race. Haynes should get there first for the Bears and does. Now Joyce.
Have Melbourne Ice made it respectable in your mind, Michael?
They have. Well, still got a couple of 4 minutes to go. 4:20 as Lundgren gets a shot away. And it's now about maintaining the effort. No use now, as much as, well, there's still, if they get a goal in the next 30 seconds, it still all of a sudden complicates things even further as we've got a scrum right there near the Bears bench. Lundgren at centre ice.
See,
bit of a Hail Mary attempt.
I'd have a soft dump into the corner and I would have just charged in.
So Annesley out wide towards Jeremy Brucker. He's tied up there by McKenzie, lined up by Bremner. Still Bruckers did well, but eventually he's been stripped of the puck by Darcy Flanagan. He'll just skate the puck down centre ice, then he's going to go out wide to the half wall, wait for support. Send to the corner for Kahu Joyce. Joyce tied up by Brian Foons. Gee, Brian Finns, he's done well
He did.
defensively. Bears can now worry about looking at time, eating up as much time as they can. So Powell up against another veteran in Vlad Rubes.
Oh.
A real wraparound attempt by Starleaf, where there was an open net to play with as well. It's a battle in the corner. And now Brucker. Outlet pass is all the Bears need to do. So Stahlhuth. Well, trying to get a pass. I think it was a pass anyway.
Oh, here
instead
we
of a
go.
shot, but it's been turned over. There's a chance now for Ratcliffe. Stahlhuth wearing him like a cheap suit.
Yes, well skated.
Along the half wall now. Newmark. Not kept in by Guillenay.
They're happy to just eat the clock.
I think they are now. I think with about 2 minutes left, it's getting probably too difficult for the Ice right now. And it's going to be an icing call.
Really? Not sure. Went off the stick. Linesman's call. Not sure about that, but never mind. Academic.
But at least at the moment, the Melbourne Ice are maintaining that effort.
They are, and they have this period. And they did for the second half of the second as well. Something to salvage.
I don't know if that Kurana injury sparked them, and maybe the lack of response from the fans might have been a bit of a wake-up call. Now Schlamp driving towards the net, little backhanded shot, and Munro makes the save.
Yes.
But you've coached at this venue. You've seen plenty of Melbourne Ice games at the venue, and I don't think I've seen a player's been injured before. That there's been no reaction from the stands.
Yeah, no, there was nothing, and I don't get that for the Melbourne
That'd
Ice.
be a bit of a shock to the bench, wouldn't it?
Yes.
When a player has to ask the fans to acknowledge a injured player.
Yes, it's very true.
Maybe it's a bit of a kick up the pants they needed.
Oh.
So Clare. Now Ratcliffe lost an edge. Clark all over him. Right along the half wall. He's able to clear it through the scrum. But then Slam just puts it back in that scrum. Now Newmark. And a poke checked away from him.
A few Melbourne Ice supporters are hitting the car park right now, I think, getting in early. Or getting home early.
So Flanagan.
What time's the cricket start?
About 8 o'clock. That's not working too well for the Australians at the moment either.
No, it's not.
So Clare, well, Joyce should get there first. Clare decides to go for the check. Now Bremner. So Bremner. Oh, Park spills free. McKenzie just trying to knock it down. So less than a minute remaining.
Take it all the way back. You better bring it back up.
And a chance now for the Bears to put a stranglehold on third place on the AIHL ladder. Just keep the Perth Thunder at bay.
Oh,
so shot comes in.
Oh, that was a Hail Mary. Bit of a golf shot.
Well, why not? You're gunning for a hat-trick, so you might as well go for it.
Yeah, there you go.
And of course, third and fourth, that can be an interesting battle and an important battle, because I would say you'd want to avoid the CBR Brave in the semi-final.
Yeah, placement in this year's finals is important.
You'd rather play them in the final, because when it's a final, you just never know.
No. Well, you start off 50-50, but you never know, you're right.
Yeah. And you'd rather cause the upset in the final itself. So Webster. Cycle back and, well, he had no one who passed to in the end.
No, he did not. No option. No option presented.
Good work there by Annesley.
It's coming
He'll just clear it away. He'll go all the way back. That will be an icing call because the linesman decides to A, follow the rules, and B, extend the game a little bit longer.
I tell you what, if Melbourne Ice score in this last 6 seconds off the draw coffee, you're going up business class.
You're going to pay, eh?
James Morgan, our executive producer, said he'd pay.
Oh, great. Everything's coming in, Michael. Well, that looks like Bears won the face-off, so no business class for me.
Nope. Back to the cattle cars.
And so the Bears have what in the end was a comfortable 6-3 win over the Melbourne Ice. They scored the first 6 goals. It was all over pretty much by the end of at the first intermission. But Jaff, that's a frustrating performance from the Melbourne Ice. They were abysmal. They were probably the worst I've seen Melbourne Ice in that first half of the game. Then something changed and they became competitive.
Well, they had to get their cage rattled. They had to have an injured player. They had to have themselves very much embarrassed. They had to have their supporters silent. And they finally woke up. But all credit to the Sydney Bears. They won it in the first period. They were all over them.
Yeah, they did. That power play in that first period by the Bears was something else.
Yeah, the back door. Yeah, it was too good.
And in the end, they got 6 goals up. They decided to. I think it was in part of. I don't know if it was a mindset or tactical decision to probably pull back a little bit.
Don't know, but that didn't impress me for the Bears because they were under the pump. And if Melbourne Ice had a bit more, I don't know, where for all about them, and Kemlin was good, obviously.
Yeah, got the job done. But what it does mean is the Bears keep a grip on third spot in the ladder. So to wrap things up here from O'Brien Icehouse for today, it's the Sydney Bears who defeated the Melbourne Ice 6-3. The Bears play the Melbourne Mustangs tomorrow from 2 o'clock. My name's Michael Clough, on behalf of my co-commentator Paul Jaffa Watson. We'll see you next time.